on to our next story, which is Mammito. This girl just gives me life. As in, anytime I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling sad, the day has died, the economy has just gongered me properly, I save my small bundles, naingia kwa mtandao natafuta Mammito. As in, you will laugh for hours straight. She is super talented as a comedic act. Just her personality generally. She's just a very funny person and we love her for it. However, very recently, she has been dealing with trolls or other body shamers who have been coming at her because of saggy breasts. Is that even a thing? Because first of all, that is a very natural occurrence, okay? You won't stay perky, you know, 24/7. It's physically impossible. But the problem is the world we're living in today, the times we are in today. Everybody has a BBL. Everybody has done liposuction. Everybody has done breast augmentation. And these are the pictures that are floating on the internet. And you're inclined to believe that that is how natural bodies should look like. You know, it's just very unrealistic, okay? Natural bodies look the way natural bodies do. So get on the bandwagon or just go look for your BBL babe somewhere in Brazil. Anyway, somebody was talking about how apparently her breasts are saggy. It just didn't make sense for us. However, she had a clap back and she said, yes, Jakata, boobs zangu zimelala. But wewe unataka ziamke zikufanyie kazi gani ama ziende wapi? Question. Mbona unaziamsha wacha zilale na zimelala kwako. Exactly. Have they slept yours? And then she goes on to say how her boobs have been on the front line of fighting depression and making people happy. What has your body contributed to the universe, okay? How's are making people happy? Fighting depression, curing mental illness. As in, why would they not sag? Why would they not be tired? Goes on to say, mtu anakuja na stress, unauliza ni nini baba, ni taxes, shika titties. As in, her titties have been doing God's work. Goes on to say, they are to be celebrated, not to be discriminated. They have done enough. Hata wewe ukiwa na mtu, umestand na yeye the right direction. For 15 years, utapumzika. It's bound to happen. So let them rest. Hata on the seventh day, our Jehovah rested. Let them rest. And that is as simple as that. Our bodies go through changes. We should be at the front line of celebrating these changes. You see small stretch marks, it's good. That is what natural bodies do. So just don't be so quick to compare a natural babe with a babe who's done, you know, work on her body, with a babe who's added silicone, with a babe who's added plastic, and then you all put them in one basket and you want to shame one for how she is aging. It just does not make sense, okay? It does not make sense.
It really does not. And I remember every time I watch when Swaziland, is it Swaziland, when the women are being presented to the king so he can choose his new virgin wife. And every time you watch those videos, you are just looking at everybody and you're like, well, baby girl, everyone's body looks different because these girls are half undressed. Now, everybody's body looks different. And I feel like we need to get to a point where, as a community, let's stop the world. As our community, as the community of Nairobi, as the community of Kenya, as the 45, tumefika 50 tribes of this country, we need to get to a point where we accept each other for what we are. I don't understand why we are constantly projecting our own self-esteem issues on other people. The other day, I was just having a good day, just a good day. You know, I'm out there shopping for a wedding dress, just living my best life. You know, wearing those dresses and feeling like phantom gorgeous. And then my friend said one thing, and one dress that I really wanted, immediately I started to rethink it because she gave me one comment, and I started to rethink that whole dress and that whole experience. Why would I choose to not do what I want to do simply because someone else has a different opinion? If you have a problem with your body, that's a you thing. Like, I feel like you need to deal with you. All these projections, every time you start to pitch yourself and and put yourself against other people who are significantly younger. Like, surely, how are you, a 30-something-year-old woman, looking at a 20-something-year-old woman and going, damn, her body is amazing? Or saying, I, for 20, mbono unakaa hivyo. How is your business? Honey, don't you have minji to boil? Like, what's going on in this country? It's giving a lot of projection. And I completely love how she dealt with this in a very comical way. There's nothing she can do to change it unless she now puts money to go in for surgery. For what? You've seen how much people are taking these things out. We've seen a lot of people actually taking things out of their bodies because of the effects that they have on them. Lip plumpers, people who've gotten really, really massive drugs, getting botched surgeries because you can never be good enough for everyone. You have to be good enough for you, period. If you feel like you're good enough for you, then do you. Unless you're being unhealthy. Now that's a whole other story. Let's talk about it. But when it comes to bodies, I mean, look at Mammito's collarbone. Look at that collarbone.
She is so beautiful.
Look at that. The fact that she has shaved hair and her head looks that gorgeous. This girl's melanin is melanated. Every time she posts a picture of herself, you're like, my God, how are you so freaking gorgeous? Like, anapaka mafuta Visine kama ni Visine imepakwa imepakika. This girl is glowing. Can y'all let her be? Milianzia Aziad last week says it mengia Mammito. Can you people leave it alone? Can you people leave it? Can you people leave it? Moving on to the next story, which technically should have been our first story, but here we are. We forgot to check the rota.